I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah.
Ah, good.
Picked up Jerry curls.
And we pick. Oh! Oh, so someone does have access to the hammer recept.
Yeah, he's the only other hammer wielder.
Alright,
This should unlock also whatchamacallit, shouldn't it?
Yep. But that's a tale for maybe another day, one day down the road.
We're not missing much.
No, we're just gonna miss out on one of my favorite characters to play as just because I prefer him over Ieyasu. But I'm gonna do Mayhem and
don't
Mikawa.
worry. Don't worry. We're in we're in chapter 3. Chapter 4, he shows up and you can use him.
Oh yeah, but we're going back to the past.
Back, Samurai Jack.
Jack.
Yeah. Also, here's something that's going to be really annoying when we get to the chapters ahead of time. We're going to have characters that we're not going to be able to, that are going to be new, so we're going to have to play them. But they're going to introduce like 4 new characters at a time, so that we might miss out on some characters.
Yeah, we might, but if they show up again, the whole
If they show up again, we'll still go to it.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you guys know now, so if we do a board and, you know, I don't think there's a board where they don't show up again, but if they don't, understand that we didn't plan fully ahead.
I don't think there is a board where most characters don't show up again, unless Yasuke doesn't show up after a certain point. But he, in my game where I'm at, he just got added in chapter 5.
Yeah, Yasuke, you're stuck with Yasuke. Like, once you get to the end of the game, it's literally Nobunaga and Yasuke.
I kind of figured.
But I was saying, like, Kazuji, Kanbei, they show up a couple times, so we'll probably be able to play them a couple times, but...
Hisahide shows up a couple times.
I think,
Mitsuki shows up a couple times.
Mitsuki definitely shows up a couple times. I was thinking, like, Matsunaga might not be someone we might play him just because I don't think he shows up multiple times. I think he shows up 2 boards, and that's it.
And then I think another guy that might not get a lot of representation will obviously be Yasuke. Not Yasuke, I'm sorry. You know who I'm talking about. Amano
Shinosuke.
guy. Yeah, Shinosuke. Only because I think he only shows up for one board as the Oda. Because he's primarily Mitsuhide's storyline. So that makes sense. But mostly, most of the characters that I think deal with Oda himself have at least multiple boards. And if they don't show up in the main story, they do show up like with, you know, Ieyasu and Tokugawa. I'm sorry, like Tokugawa.
There are sideboards where we'll be able to play them.
Now, I don't know if I want to do the reverse battle of Migatakahara, only because I don't like Katsuyori as a character. But that's probably because how the games have always presented him as being an inept fool.
I was going to say, but when we play that one, you could play as Makabe and Shingen. Because they're both...
I thought it was just Shingen and Katsuyori.
No. At least when I played it, you could play as Makabe. Which is fun, because then you have 2 people who wield the Great Spear.
Yeah, that is fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's my favorite moveset in the game, especially when I gave it to Tadakatsu here. I made sure it was his like Tomongiru weapon that has it. The only thing I'm missing is being able to take the skills up to level 9.
Yeah. It's nice at that, like, I'm at that point of the game. I have a bunch of weapons that have 9s across it. They're all S rank. It's great. It's fun. It's also a bit annoying because it's like so much money.
Oh, I imagine so.
Senna! Oh, you get to play as Senna.
No, I think this is only the Tokugawa retainers.
I think Senna's here, though.
She's on the board, but I don't believe she's playable. She doesn't become playable until... God, I want to say maybe Chapter 4?
I want to say she's playable here.
Well, okay, so I have to do this, and it's
no,
between these 2,
here, yeah.
so, obviously. I mean, come on now.
Come on!
I mean,
I was going to say, I don't know why you didn't use Hanzo here, just because the next board, I think, where, Honda's pickable is, Migatakahara. Because I don't think you can pick Hanzo in Migatakahara.
No, I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Well, that is a shame. It's not going to change my stance on Tadakatsu Honda being the greatest warrior of all time, and since I can't get my favorite main to be in the game, I'm going to settle for my next favorite.
I just... I know you love Honda, but He has no purpose in this game, and it pisses me off.
Oh, I will not fight you on that.
Like, and this isn't like me saying like, oh, the game's bad because of it, but it's one of those. The game is very watered down. Like, the purpose is, okay, we're gonna tell you the story of Oda Nobunaga and Mitsuhide Akechi, and it's like also here's like the rise of Ieyasu, and also we're gonna tell
Hideyoshi's
you
beginnings.
yeah, we're gonna tell you more about Hideyoshi. And it's like, why does Hideyoshi seem to have more character development and an arc than your deuteragonist? Like, Mitsuhide literally exists. That's his whole purpose. Hey guys, I'm here.
I'm here, damn it! Listen to me. I'm a real character, damn it!
I absolutely detest Tokugawa's representation in this.
But you don't love his bowl haircut and
Not his design, like how he's presented in the game, like his story, his arc. Quite literally, I make a joke at the beginning of, like I say it jokingly at the beginning of my review, but it is entirely true.
which that video may or may not be up at the time of this video
Yeah.
goes up. So you know, if this is
Yeah.
all future tense, tell me how it went.
And the joke that I make is, you know, because you guys seen, the tutorial is, oh, you kidnap whatchamacallit, Tokugawa, and Tokugawa responds by giving you his spine, and that's just the rest of the game. Tokugawa is a spineless weakling who spends
Whoa.
the majority of it going, I don't know, guys. Should I do this? And there's there's Oda behind him going,
Do it! Feel that! Thank God I didn't kill the peasants.
the peasants.
Flee from me, peasants. Your
Yeah.
better has arrived.
That's just, you know, like, to me, that's just how the game is. I'm not saying Tokugawa has to be, like, this, like, fully fleshed out character and things like that, but I really dislike the, hey, guys, I just am so unsure of myself and I can't handle anything. I just Liu Bei.
No! I'm sorry, I know where there's another board for Hanzo.
Huh?
If that's not me.
Yeah, there is, I just...
The one where Yasuke first shows up.
Yes.
That's another board that Hanzo is playable on.
There we go.
So, we can have Hanzo representation.
Alrighty. Hanzo's set's not that bad.
That's the it actually has a Jotai ability tied to it. You know, instead of the hop slash, it's just I think a dash cancel.
Yeah. He also has whatchamacallit. He also has a Nene ability.
Yeah, my waifu. One day they'll put her back in.
His,
I honestly hope they do a expansion for this game, like they do with Extreme Legends, even if it's a download, because dude, there are some characters they could add in a Samurai Warriors 5-2 or 5 Extreme Legends.
Look, I'm just gonna say it. Here's how they should have handled this game. They should have cut out Ieyasu entirely. And when I say that, I mean literally the only people you need in there is Ieyasu and Senna. That's it. That's the only representation you needed for the Tokugawa. And you could have then said, okay, we got these two characters. We're going to then make Extreme Legends or, you know, Samurai Warriors Dash 2, and then added Honda, added Hanzo. Hanzo is the only other character that has, like, any kind of, like, need to be in the game, and that's just because of, you know, the reason why Senna will not be in the rest of the games.
I will tell you this. I do love those stylish Finnish Musaos. They are very cool.
They are. You know what's a really cool thing about it? Because I've done this a couple times by mistake. The game actually stops what the enemies are doing for you to do that. And the reason why is because when you go into it, if you hit it at the right angle, your character themselves actually does the pose without activating the little, like, splash screen. And because that happens, the rest of the game has to stop. And it was really cool that I was able to do that to see what was going on exactly. But yeah, it's really cool to see. But yeah, I would have done that. I don't like the fact also that the two other conquerors.
Ooh, that was kind of fun. Like, launched him into his attack.
Yeah, yeah, actually, it's pretty cool. Yeah, the other two conquerors, they have exactly the same character setup. If you think about it, you have the character who tells you to be better than you are, who ultimately will not be in the next game. You have the best friendaroo who really wants to see you succeed and awesome and high fives you a lot. And then you have the ninja.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Tokugawa. So you have your lord, the conqueror.
Yeah,
Senna, the wife who does encourage him and wants him to be better.
you're right.
Tadakatsu, the best friend who's like, you're the bee's knees, bro. And the ninja, Hanzo. So what does Hideyoshi have? Well, he has Hideyoshi, the conqueror. Hanbei, who wants him to be better, and it kind of fulfills the best friend trope. Kanbei, who ultimately adds as kind of like a level head and wants him to be better. And then Kazuji, the ninja.
Yeah, you're right, actually. They are. That is actually...
They literally mirror each other. It's like, that's cool, but it's kind of stupid at the same time.
If this... I think this game sold well in Japan.
It did.
So, I'm pretty sure that whole 6 being a continuation...
Oh, it definitely will be, because...
Does this... I mean, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but does it end as if, like, it's setting up for...
Yes.
Okay.
This game, for those of you who don't know, sets up for the 6th game. Because, as I've said, the only other character who gets a lot of development outside of the protagonist and the deuteragonist is Hideyoshi. And Hideyoshi actually gets more development, in my opinion, than even Mitsuhide. At the end of the game, you still, like, you have a vague understanding of why Mitsuhide does what Mitsuhide does, but you're also like, I don't get it. like, I am a 12th level weeb, and I still am just like, this is a head scratcher.
Nope, can't do it, guys. I don't understand.
Yeah. Like, you kind of, like, I understand, like, the cultural differences, and I get it. Like, I know you said you didn't like the relationship between Kichio and Oda. You said you just didn't feel like they really clicked.
Yes,
or...
I will say this outright. I want to clarify. I do enjoy this game. It is very rare for me not to enjoy a Koei-based Musou game, and that's because I'll always say this. I do like Tamsoft, I like Senran Kagura, and all those games that are in the vein of this, but there's something about a Koei-made Musou game that just feels right, because I love Sengoku Basra, and I wish they would make another one, but you have to agree with me, the combat in that game does not feel as...
Oh, it's goofy.
Yeah, it feels very floaty, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That is an acquired taste that, you know, again, I'm more than happy to be wrong
Like,
on.
one of the things that I like that Koei has technically done is the fact that Koei has taken some of the things from Sengoku Basra and improved upon them. Like, the ultimate system itself, if you think about it, is just something that was in whatchamacallit. It was in Sengoku Basra, if I remember correctly.
You might be.
Because you had, if I remember correctly, you had, like, an ability, like, tree that you could hit, like, the bot or the R1 or the L1.
I think you did.
I'd have to replay it.
Well,
so,
you and me both.
Yeah. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but, you know.
God damn, I didn't know I took all 3 of them out with one Musou attack.
That's the power of the Great Spear. That's why some weapons are better. And some weapons are shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
Spear.
Looking at you, Spear. I'm looking at you, Rifle.
You know what's sad is that the spear is that bad, even though Yukimura's Crescent Spear, I would consider to be like de facto spear moveset for the Samurai Warrior games. Is
So much better.
You know what? I will say that Tokugawa, where the fuck did you go?
He ran up to the, whatchamacallit, so he ran the wrong way.
Oh, well, maybe this might be the bonus objective I never get here.
There you go. I kind of fear for Samurai Warrior 6.
Well, I would hope that whatever... What just happened?
Ieyasu must defeat Katsue.
Oh. I was like, what just happened there?
I'm kind of hoping that if this is, and I'll say this loosely, if this is supposed to be like Dynasty Warriors 7, I'm hoping Samurai Warriors 6 is Dynasty Warriors 8. Because Dynasty Warriors 8, I think, is not the best story in the game, but I think it is one of the best combat.
Oh, I will 100% back you up that 8 is the best combat of the entire franchise. 7 will always, in my mind, until they top themselves, will be the best story. And that's why I always tell people, if you want story, you play 7, because you'll get better characterizations from these guys than any Musou game has ever given them to this point. But if you want combat, 8 has really specific combat. Oh, yards.
Hey, look, Niwa Nagahide, also known as like the only relevant character.
I'm annoyed.
You know who also shows up a lot in this game that I'm like, why isn't he a character that? Sayako Kabara.
Sakakibara?
Sayako Kabara, yeah.
Yeah,
He shows up like 3 times.
Yeah, the third of the,
I'm pretty
4.
sure he's also one of the people you have to fight on this board.
Sakakibara?
Yeah,
No, he was in Tokugawa retainer.
he was. But this is the Mikawa Rebellion.
Was he on the... Did he rebel against Ieyasu?
It's up to the interpretation of whatchamacallit.
I guess you're right.
Because it's the same thing as, you know who also never rebelled against his lord? Katsue.
That's not true.
Well, he rebelled against for Nobuyuki, but after that he was pretty much a hardcore Nobunaga supporter. To the point where he, like, I don't know if I've said it in the show, but I have said it outside of it.
The show? Thank you for elevating this
Yeah,
to
there you go.
a higher pedigree than I put it. I thought we were just a bunch of jackasses talking about things we like.
Probably. But it to the point where it would be like, he is just as like the Guan Yu to Nobunaga. He is one of the top 3 retainers.
You know what's funny, and I don't know if I've ever talked about this. Did you know that Mihawk's voice actor is the same as Zhang Fei's?
I didn't, but that's really cool.
I didn't find that out until later, but I was like, damn. But it's like, you can kind of hear it a little. And he also voices one more character that like threw me for a loop, because I was like, really?
Did you see, where was it?
Do you think that, I mean, I don't want to say spoilers, but, I mean, we all know, if you know the game, it's hard to say spoilers, but, if you know the game...
I know, I had the same problem. Like,
oh shit.
I had to decide who my review was for, and I was like, is it for Tecmo Koei fans? Because I could go on, like, entire things explaining things to people, as, like, but is it for new people who have never played it before? So I have to, like tempt hamper myself from saying certain things. I'm like, this is a spoiler, but if you played any Samurai Warriors games, this is not a spoiler.
Yeah, like we all know, Mitsuhide, unfortunately, does not actually get to fulfill whatever crazy dream he had with Oda. That kind of dies.
Unless, well, I mean, technically.
But I'm just like curious, do you think 6 will start off with that board, or do you think they'll take after Yamazaki?
I don't know. And that's where my issue comes with it. Because if you're going to do, like, okay, I'm going to do Samurai Warrior, like, if you said, Michael, how are you going to do Samurai Warrior 6? I'd be like, well, I would decide who the focus is. Is the focus, whatchamacallit? Am I focusing on Hideyoshi? Because if I focus on Hideyoshi, I'll tell you where I'm going to start it. I'm going to start it at Anabe Castle. Because that's where, whatchamacallit?
Yeah, I will say this is the one thing I hate about this game. Even on normal, these fucks hurt like a truck.
Well, yeah, because they're wielding the only weapon that's good. The katana.
Well, that, and it's like, if you're so far under level, you are doing, like, piss poor damage, so I have to pop that.
Yeah, well, you also need,
Katsue, why are you following me?
Because I'm Katsue Shibata! Wubba lubba dub dub!
I was about to say, there's no one down here. Right, good. Okay, let's I didn't use a Musou as Tokugawa, because I'm going to do that for this, but Jesus H. Christ.
I would use your Dango on Ieyasu.
I did.
You did?
I did. Alright, Ieyasu, what the fuck is taking you so long?
He's dicking around.
I've noticed.
Yeah, but if you said I would do Ieyasu. I don't know. I would have to really decide. Like, am I doing it? Like, where am I ending the game? Am I gonna end the game like I end like the end 2, which is I think Sekigahara?
The fuck are you? I thought I took care of you. Whatever. Surprise on my end.
He's come back to get revenge.
Apparently so.
Make me a character, will you?
Well, I'm only asking because, well, I mean, we'll continue because I would like to
Yeah, I was
hear
gonna
your
say
thoughts.
if I have it to Sekigahara, then I would have to make it a rivalry between Tokugawa and Hideyoshi. But I don't want that because, no offense, the person who should be the rival should be like nobody. It should just be like Hideyoshi's rise. And Tokugawa's there for it.
I would say Tokugawa's rival would honestly be Mitsunari because he does become his rival near the end.
Yeah, but even then, it's not that much of a rivalry if you think about it.
Goddamn.
Everybody hates Mitsunari. And the ones that don't hate Mitsunari are just like,
And yet I
hate
love
Oda
Sengoku
more.
Basara Mitsuhari. Mitsu.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can die. Because he's just batshit crazy. He's like,
Ugh.
hey, Yoshi! Or, no, what was it? Tokugatsu!
Or our favorite line.
Hideki Kobayakawa, you bastard!
I hope, as I saw somebody say that, like, I want Hideki Kobayakawa put in this game. One of the things that I believe his name is Hisashi Konoma. He's the director and producer of all the Samurai Warriors games. He said, "Oh, I like to put the characters in there and make them like not entirely like the historical versions of themselves and so on and so forth."
We gonna fuck. We gonna fuck hard.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah. That's right, baby.
I hope if they put Hideaki in there, they don't put whatchamacallit. They don't put coward Hideaki. I hope they put the Hideaki from history, where he was a psychotic coward.
Still a coward, but he's a lot more entertaining this time around.
Oh yeah, like they said, he.
God, these weapons suck.
Yes, they do.
And here you go, handing the reins off to you.
Oh god, I get to be. I get to be Sandayu.
But you get to be Hideyoshi.
I get to be Hideyoshi, which I love Hideyoshi. Hideyoshi is the only other character that I maxed out when I first played through.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of the Naginata moveset.
It's not a great moveset. It's not a bad moveset.
No, I'm not saying it's bad, but I just personally am like, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of like the aerial combat because it's too easy to lose guys in mid-string combo.
Yeah, that's why I don't do it. I stay on the ground.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say this. That's another thing that I really don't like. That like, if they say you got 2 EX moves, half of them you don't because like, okay, some people have an EX move that's like their 5th or 4th string, and it's like, okay, I could get to that. That could change it up. Half of them though, it's like, it's your 1st string or an aerial move, and I'm like, the hell am I gonna do with this?
Yeah, Senna's is like that. Hanzo's is like that.
Hanzo's is like that. Mitsuki's is like that.
Yeah.
Hideyoshi's is like that. That's right. You want a marriage, Tokugawa.
I can respect for what they wanted to try and do and not just make it a simple, like EX1 here, EX2 here, like they did in Dynasty Warriors 8. But those EXs were broken on certain characters. But, then you have the EX of the most stupid EXs, and it goes back to Katsuya Shibata. And that is, who the hell is going to remember a horse string combo to get to that EX?
Yeah, alright,
How prevalent is horse combat in this game?
I'm riding my... It's not, because you have a hyper attack. So, and that's also, how much of an afterthought... Spoilers. Here's how much of an afterthought the horses are in this game. Do you know when you get?
Fuck yeah!
Do you know when you get Matazaki and Hitoshoshi or whatever the hell the horse's name is?
I only know of Keiji's horse.
Yeah. So there's Matazaki, which is Keiji's horse, and then there's whatchamacallit.
Smart move.
There's the other horse, the and it's also the lesser horse, by the way. Do you know when you get them?
Conquest? Not Conquest, Citadel?
Both of them. You have to finish every story mode board in this game, and then you have to finish every conquest board
To get
one or the other. So if you beat the story boards, you get the second most powerful horse, which is the one that they ask you to get in the achievement. And we beat the Impregnable Castle. And to get Matazaki, you have to beat all the Conquest or Citadel.
And he's the best horse in the game?
Yeah.
He's usually, because it's usually either Red Hair, the elephant horse, or it's Makazaki, the fucking...
And the second horse is not even that bad. It's not maxed out in stats.
Does it have its own unique sprite, or is it...
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's awesome looking.
Just so you guys all know, my own personal preference, and I think Warriors Orochi 4, right, they actually let you pick the mount, so you, even if you're a samurai warrior, you can possibly ride Red Hair. I always pick Red Hair. I have nothing against Matazaki, but you have to understand, I started off playing Dynasty Warriors, and I make it a goal in almost every Dynasty Warriors game, except 9, fuck that game, to get Red Hair. Because Red Hair couldn't save that game. And I want you all to realize, if you're still here, if this is a brand new episode or whatever, we are not shit-talking this franchise because we hate it. We are shit-talking it because we love it.
I love it for its little like quirks and things like that. But I just love how much of an afterthought the horses are in this game. You guys can ride horses. Why? I can hyper attack. I literally, who is it? Sandayu. His one ability, I can run faster than all the horses. Why would I play as the horse?
He was actually the first character I got to level 23, and the first one I made like a unique weapon that I was, finally able to tinker with. And he was fucking disgusting until I made, Tadakatsu Honda, the one and only. Or, I'm sorry, Honda Tadakatsu. That's...
Honda Tadakatsu.
That is... Sorry, I understand, some people might get ruffled that we don't say it like, the proper way for Japanese. It's the family name, then the English... I'm sorry, the family name, then the first name.
Who it is.
It is, but, I understand, some people want that cultural, preservation there, and I understand that. But you gotta understand, this game also goes out of its way to bunk that on us, because Hanbei Takanaka flows better than Takanaka Hanbei, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's all my personal opinion. That's why, I try to catch myself, and I try to say it the right way. But you have to remember, I've played these games for so long, and it's not like Dynasty Warriors, because you can't... Most of their first names don't go well if you go first name, last name, because then it'd be Yu Guan, or Ping Guan, or Yu Zhao.
They kind of follow the... Ow!
Wow, you took that shit on the chin, bro. A-class ninja. And, hey, didn't you beat Ninja Gaiden 2?
I did. On normal. Which, to anybody out there who's like, that's not impressive, play Ninja Gaiden 2.
Yeah, you can get it on the HD Master Collection or whatever, right? Paid endorsed by Koei Tecmo. Koei, send me free stuff. I'll show for you. I have an entire channel based on your franchise you invented, and then everyone else copies. Not very well, mind you. You're just shilling for Koei Tecmo. I know, right? They're giving me all this free swag.
So many things you don't even know. Hideyoshi must defeat 500 troops. Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he will. I'm gonna... You know what I like? I like this Kusurigari moveset as opposed to Hanzo's old one.
I like it, and I hate it at the same time. That makes sense.
I like it only because it makes me feel like I'm playing like Jai Shu, and I kind of like Jai Shu from Dynasty Warriors.
Oh yeah, he has a good set. It's just there's certain things he. Oh god.
Wow, that took a while to prompt.
It always does, and it always comes in at the worst possible time. You're like in the middle of a battle, and the thing's like, "Hey guys, just so you know."
Is Sandaryu popular in Japan? Is that why he got a character? Because I thought he didn't do that much with it. I thought he was one of the first people to rebel against Oda.
He is.
But yet in the game, he's like secretly doing it?
I mean, he is technically doing it out in the open, but look, I can't exactly explain what's going on. The Japanese have a love affair with some characters. It's why some characters are in the game and some aren't. Like, if they think they're interesting, like, even the guy who he basically created Samurai Warriors even said, he's like, yeah, we're not history buffs, so we don't know that much a lot of times, but if the fans vouch for them, we'll do it. And, like...
I mean, that's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like...
That's great, but... WTF.
I mean... I will tell you this. If Samurai Warrior 6 does continue the trend, and, you know, tells the story, then I'm going to tell you right now, Tokugawa should get his 4 or 3 Heavenly Kings. Because the 4th one dies. No,
let's just be clear. If you're going to continue this trend, give me Naomasa. I don't need, you know, like, I don't need, whatchamacallit exactly.
Oh, hey, Yoshi's on this board.
Yeah, he is. You know, I don't need, could you just die? Could you just do that for me?
Watch as we rage, and we're not even on the harder boards, on the hardest difficulty, where they're going to start juggling us. But, you know, it's kind of hard to go back to having jack shit when you've got decent weapons already.
Yeah.
But, you were saying?
I was saying, just give me him, because at least he's useful, and if you give me a game that focuses... So if you gave me a game that focuses on those characters, fine, okay? What the flark?
Whoa, what is going on now?
Apparently my engineers are not doing that great, but that's because, you know...
He is hitting like a goddamn truck on you.
Yeah, because we don't have a good Hideyoshi, no offense.
I mean, this is the first couple boards, and I learned this game, you know, until you're actually able to start crafting or getting good weapons, or... Actually, no, let's be real, it's about levels. Once you hit a decent level, you can pretty much just railroad people and be like,
Yeah.
I'm winning this.
Even then, you just need a... You don't even need, like, a level. Because I have a level 10 Oichi in my game, and she dominated because I created Kanbei, an amazing weapon, and that was it.
I was about to say, man. Don't play too loose and fast.
We're all gonna die anyway.
It's very morbid, thank you.
Hideyoshi, go protect that for the 100th time.
Well, that, and we haven't done Citadel that much either, but...
Yeah. But... No, you just need your weapon proficiency, I found.
Well, that, and once your movesets actually get to a certain point, you get more devastating attacks. Like,
Yeah.
once anyone who uses a Great Spear gets to a certain level and gets access to, like, those, you know, last couple charge string additions, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like the one where Tadakatsu or Toshi starts spinning around like a freaking madman.
Yeah.
That's freaking amazing, and that's really good for crowd clearing.
Thought I hit the button.
I was about to say, you're scaring me. You just stood there as if, like, I could take it. I'm like, Mike, we're not high enough levels where you can eat that shit on the face.
You should have seen when I went through it, because... Oh my god. You gotta get these up there! You gotta get them up there now!
Get him up there! Get him up the hill! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Do it!
Do it! Ow.
Oh, shit. I was about to say, you might want to...
Where are you going, Sandayu? You betraying piece of shit.
Who's betraying me today? That's the real name of the game.
I said get in the fuck box, not put me in the fuck box. You son of a bitch.
I love how the game has decided that, you know...
It's like, oh, Mike, you don't know what you're talking about.
I was about to start to get dicey. It's almost like you have. It almost seems like you have to like team up with a. Oh god! Oh god! Don't fucking scare me! I don't want to play this board.
I don't want to play this board. Oh yeah, man. Let me tell you, I'm having so much fun with.
Well, then I have to take over for you.
That is true.
So fuck
So
you.
maybe I should die.
Screw you. Because if that happens, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be Sonryu because he's the only one out of these two I like.
All right. Well, here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's why this game is a pain in the dick. You see how the man I'm fighting right now has a katana? You know who else has a katana?
My mom!
Mitsuhide. You know who else has a
Close
katana?
Nobunaga.
Nobunaga.
You know who else has a katana? Nagamasa Azai.
Yeah.
You know who else has a katana?
So you know why? You know why those randomers are so fucking strong?
Wiz.
Because they're using the main character's weapons.
Someone else has a katana. Oh, you know who else has a katana?
Your mom.
Sorry, I didn't even go autistic screech. No,
Tobaka Kameyama.
Yeah, the Kobayakawa.
Kobayakawa. Not that Kobayakawa.
Same voice actor though.
You know, I'm just gonna throw this out here. He didn't need to be in this game either.
I'm pretty sure none of them were, except maybe like Motonari needed to be in it.
Motonari and Terumori are probably the only two that need to be in this game. And even then, it's like a question mark.
You know what sucks? You still have to finish this map like it's the actual board. You just added an extra step.
And I have to fight, whatchamacallit, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, you have to fight No's brother to end this.
Oh, God. I gotta fight the guy with the hammer.
I'm bringing the Baron Hammer! Speaking of hammer, did you see the XCOM Marvel game?
I did not.
Yeah, apparently. I mean, apparently it's been rumored forever, or at least about a year ago. But I don't know if it's the guys who make XCOM. You'd have to tell me. Oh, it is. What's the company name? Because
it's supposed to be Firaxis, but it's the original, not the original, the developer for the remakes of them. And I know the one guy I was watching was talking about it, and he was saying he's like, and there goes any hope for XCOM 3. But hey, whatever. It's not like I wanted that game to happen.
Is that because Firaxis isn't going to do it, or?
Well, it's because the guy who made the XCOM remakes work, and the reason why they're good is not working on that. He's working on the Marvel game. So
I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work. I have no problem with XCOM as a game, but I just never got into it as as heavy as you and Josh did.
oh, it's a great game. It's essentially sci-fi. Whatchamacallit? It's a sci-fi version of a sci-fi and modern version of Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay.
You have classes. You have randomly generated people, so anybody can fill those positions. You don't have to worry about stats. You just have to worry about levels.
I'm kind of curious to see how I mean, there's no gameplay reveal until I think they said September 1st, and that's going to be on their own channel because apparently Gamescom is going on, and I just was like, wow, I forgot Gamescom was a thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize Gamescom was going on until I think there was a couple games that were like, we're announcing today. I was like, wait, what?
I didn't even know that. I had to watch Maximilian do a actual reaction video to like those announcements, which was funny as hell because he was like, is this the Marvel game? Is this the Marvel XCOM game that's been rumored for over a year now? And I'm kind of surprised at the people they selected. I think Blade's in it, so I'm like, Blade, that's interesting. I like Blade, but I'm like, he hasn't had a new anything in a very long time, right? He doesn't have any new movies in the works. I don't think he's integrated into the new MCU.
Well, have you not understand? He never had movies, okay? Those Wesley Snipes movies didn't happen. The first movie was Black Panther, okay?
Nah, dog. It's no. How could you say that? Wesley Snipes is, Blade.
No, that
he had
didn't
the
happen.
best line ever. Oh, some crazy motherfucker trying to ice skate uphill.
Never happened.
Lines that could only exist. You know what's also interesting? Are they still doing a Black Panther 2, even though
Yes.
Chad... Really?
Yeah.
Have they already picked his replacement?
Yeah.
Who is it?
Oh yeah, a lot of people didn't know this. Chadwick Boseman was already going to be kicked out of it even before he died.
Really?
Yeah, because they were going to give it to his, the character's sister.
Yes.
She was going to take over as Black Panther anyway.
Do they do that in the comic?
No. T'Challa is always Black Panther, but we live in 2021.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, I kind of dropped out of the MCU after Endgame, because to me,
Right.
Endgame was the culmination of a decade. Like, literally, that was something that started when we were like in high school.
Just as we were coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, we were still in high school.
Yeah, because Iron Man started everything.
Yeah, we were in what, our junior year?
I think so. When did Iron Man come out?
2008.
2008, the first one?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
2008.
That would that have been a senior year or junior year?
Junior year, because we graduated in 2009.
You're right.
So yeah, it's been a great thing. It's been awesome. It's been wonderful. I'm not against it in that sense. I'm glad that this decade is finally over. I mean, I'm kind of tired of like the cape nonsense, but at the same time, like Sunday, you must defeat the enemies. Okay?
Let me get on that right away. I will say I like the first two phases of Marvel, because that was when I feel they had some of the best, stories, or at least interesting movies that I wanted to watch.
Well, they've had some really good movies all the way up until Phase 3. It's Phase 4 that's really failed. Because who are they putting out there? Oh, we have Shang-Chi?
What is that? Who is he? Is he supposed to be like Iron Fist but better, or?
No, he's supposed to be like Iron Fist, but he has magical fucking bracelets. That's it. His whole point. That's why he exists.
Wait, that's a movie? I thought that was a TV show.
It's a character. It's a movie. It's a
really?
movie.
I thought
yes.
it was a TV series like The Mandalorian.
No, it's a movie. Because the guy who is the whatchamacallit, the actor who is playing Shang-Chi is really pissed off because fans are not excited about it. Marvel isn't like going out of their way to be like, hey guys, here's this cool, awesome new movie, come check out Shang-Chi. And the guy who's playing it also feels that it's supposed to be Asian Black Panther. It's not, by the way. But they want it to be like that kind of like phenomena. It's not going to be. But
what is his character though? Like in Marvel, like what is his purpose?
He's just an Asian version of Iron Fist who has magical powers.
So he's just Iron Fist, but
yeah.
Okay.
The difference is that he has these 10 rings that he can do magic with, and he, fights people.
Can you explain to me what Phase 4 is supposed to be? Because I know there's a Doctor Strange movie that's supposed to be a horror-based movie, which I don't understand how that's going to work.
It's supposed to be about the multiverse.
And that's a horror movie?
Sort of.
Like, I guess I'm trying to understand, because my definition of a horror movie is...
It's going to be cosmic horror. So basically Lovecraft.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're
My
not...
version of horror is, unfortunately, I think, like, modern, like, oh my god, it's a murderer, and people are stuck in a house, and we're going to have to make not realistic human decisions.
Here's monsters. They're coming to kill us. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's whatchamacallit. Like I said, it's here's. But yeah, it's all multiverse things. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen Loki. Loki is a bad show.
Wait, so does that mean...
Loki's entire premise is about the multiverse, by the by.
So does that mean they technically can have Spider-Man, X-Men, and all that?
Yes.
So that's how they're going to get them in here.
That's what the next Spider-Man movie is. Have you not seen that announced?
No.
Oh, yes. The next Spider-Man has been announced.
I will tell you guys right now that I would get out of there.
Peter Parker and Doctor Strange are making decisions that no normal human would make.
Wait, so this is the third Spider-Man movie with what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've never seen any of them. Are they good, the Spider-Man movies with what's his name?
The first one's okay.
It's Homecoming, right?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah, it's Far From Home, Homecoming, and then the last one is like I can't remember exactly what they named it, but basically this one the premise is at the end of Far From Home, Mysterio, because he gets murdered by drones, he uploads a video explaining that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and this causes Peter a lot of problems because they're supposed to be doing the fact that in Civil War, one of the big people who play a part in the Civil War of announcing who people are is Peter Parker. Peter Parker goes out of his way to announce that he is Spider-Man, and that's supposed to be a big problem and hubbub. But they couldn't put that in there, so they decided the best solution was they're going to instead have it that Mysterio announces it. Mysterio announces it, so Peter's trying to deal with it in the new movie, but he can't because everybody's up his ass, and so he decides his best solution. This is his choice, by the way. He's gonna go talk to Doctor Strange about creating an infinite genjutsu where everybody forgets that he's Spider-Man. And then he's trying, Doctor Strange is like, yeah, everybody's gonna forget, and he's like, well, does that mean everybody? My fucking best friend, he's gonna forget, and Aunt May's gonna forget, and they're like, yes, and he's like, I'm trying to do the spell, and this is literally in the trailer video. He's like, I'm trying to do the spell, and Peter's like, yeah, but can't we not forget other people? Can they not just not forget? And what about Mary Jane? Mary Jane, she doesn't need to forget.
Wait, she's a character?
Yeah.
When was she introduced?
In the second movie, or first movie, and the second movie is about their awkward romance. And I say awkward, and it's supposed to be endearing and like a modern couple, but it's extraordinarily off-putting.
Huh.
But, yeah, so they're trying to deal with that, and then Doctor Strange screws up the spell and breaks the multiverse. And literally, one of the things they show in it, and I was like, that's awesome, is you hear Willem Dafoe laugh in the background, and you can see one of the goblin bombs explodes.
They acknowledged?
Yes. And then, when Peter rolls up in the Spider Iron Man suit, he looks over and he sees whatchamacallit. He sees Alfred Molina as Dr. Ock standing there. And he's like, oh, hello, Peter.
Wait, from 2?
Yeah.
From Spider-Man 2, the original?
Yeah. He's in the movie. And they show him, and he's in the full octopus, and it's awesome. It's the only reason why I'm actually willing to go see that movie, because Tobey Maguire...
Wait, he's in it?
He's going to be in the movie. It literally is all the Spider-Man movies are coming into one movie real quick. Because it's...
Does that mean Venom?
Venom, I don't think will be.
Okay. Have you seen anything on Carnage? What is it? It's Venom versus Carnage?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I've seen a trailer for it. But yeah, that's what the premise of this new movie is that it's the multiverse. That's what the premise of all the new Marvel movies have been, or all the new Marvel,